A few of you have noticed the error that says at least one user must be able to access your page or a feature. So this is about security. It's about who has the right to access what pages or what features on those pages, or what microflows that you haven't done yet, or what data entities. So look at the project here at the top. If you look at security, if it's prototype or production, you're dealing with that issue right now. So an easy way for now is to turn off your security. That means you can run your project only locally. But I'm going to talk about security today. It's going to help you with your lab 4 and 5. And a few of you have already tried to address this error. Not the easy way, so I'm going to talk about that right now. So it talks about user roles. This is security at project level, and there is a security setting at module level. As you see, a project has multiple modules, and then you would do the settings for each given module. So double click on security and you see that I have users and a viewer. Let's imagine you're creating the to-do app for a child and the parent. So the child would be the one who does everything with the app, and the parent has only viewing privileges. So and some of you talked about employee versus supervisor. Depending on your definition of the roles, you will give different access rights to those roles, and these are page access rights. This is microflow, which we haven't talked about yet. You're gonna work on them later. And this is entity or data entities, who can create, delete, read, or update instances of a given class or entity. So here, if you wanted to create a new role, you would just say I want to create a child role. And then when it says in the error that at least one user role should have access to a given page, this is here. So at least one user role should have access to any given page. Now I'm going to say my child has access to everything. Microflow, the child can do everything. So this is an app for the child. And the entity, you're going to go into new, and I'm going to say with my to-do entity, the child can do all the possible actions that you can think of. And I'm going to click OK here. But keep in mind that not every role has all the privileges. So you would do different selections here depending on the role. I just want to show you an example here. So here is my new role, and these are different access rights to different entities, and I'm gonna do that again because I had two other roles that you didn't actually see. I had created them before I showed this app to you, so I'm gonna give them also full access here. I think that will make my project error free, or I have a few errors. I see. So I'm gonna go back to, if you see an error that says no read access, it means that you have to come here and change this one. So I'm gonna give my viewer, this is an older version of my project, so I am gonna give all the possible access right for now, just to be error free for these demo purposes. And I'm gonna do that again with my other entities for the user, and I think that would help me with my errors. Yes. So basically I gave everybody every right that they can have, because I didn't want to spend time to see who is who and who can do what. But eventually in your report 1, I will ask you those questions. Why did you give this access right to this group of users. So you have to think about them right now a little bit and more later when you work on your report 1. So if you do work on your security at the project level, and you come back and set up your module level users and give them access, your errors that you have reported to me should disappear. If you have any other questions, ask me, or remember, you can always turn off the security for now and then get back to it on your lab 4 and 5.